Hello, everybody. Ready for another bedtime story? Good. Get yourself snuggled up, your blankets and your bears. Tonight's story is called Max and the Yellow Tractor. It's written by two people, Laurence Bourguignon and Dominique Maes. Okay, are you ready for the story? One spring morning, Max was up early. The old Jeep was still asleep when Max left the barn. Once out of the farmyard, Max turned left towards the little wood. He loved it there. Trees were full of birds, and he could hear the murmur of the little stream. But today, Max could hear another sound, a sort of roaring. Something was coming round the bend. It was a magnificent tractor. It was much bigger than Max, with huge wheels that made great clouds of dust, and he was making really thick smoke. He beat his horn and rushed past the little red tractor at full speed. That day, Max did lots of silly things. He got stuck in a rut. He often started up his windscreen wipers by mistake. He beeped for no reason, made the cows run off in a panic. Max was not thinking about his work. That evening in the barn, Max told the old Jeep all about meeting the big yellow tractor. He was very excited. He's so strong, so fast. I'm going to zoom along like him and make lots of thick smoke. We're going to be great friends. I just know it. The old Jeep coughed. Be careful, Max, she said. Don't forget, you're only a little tractor. Max thought to himself, she's jealous. Oh well, too bad. Anyway, I've got a new friend now. The next morning, Max went back to the little wood. This time he didn't listen to the birds or the murmur of the stream. He listened for the sound of a big engine in the distance. Couldn't hear anything. The big yellow tractor must have gone somewhere else today. All day, Max thought about the big yellow tractor and tried to do everything just like him. He drove fast. He made as much thick smoke as he could. He skidded on purpose so that he was covered in mud and dust. On the way home, Max zoomed downhill, revving his engine like a racing car. Suddenly, Max caught sight of the old Jeep. She was coming up the hill, looking a bit shaky. I'm going to give her a scare, he said to himself. He beeped as loud as he could and went even faster. Now she'd see what he could do. But Max wasn't made to be a racer. His engine got too hot and steam came out from his bonnet. He had to stop and cool down. The old Jeep drove past, wheezing and creaking. Max looked away. Oh, she was right. He was just a little tractor. The big yellow tractor would never want to be friends with him. After that, Max got on with his work. He drove carefully and didn't do anything silly. He didn't see the big yellow tractor and tried not to think about him. Sometimes he listened, hoping to hear his engine rumbling in the distance. One morning, when he was coming out of the woods, the farmer took Max down a different track. On either side of the track, the wheat and the barley were nodding in the wind like a sea of gold. Big yellow tractor did this, said Max, full of admiration. Just then he caught sight of the big yellow. Max drove on and stopped beside him. He revved his engine gently, but the big yellow tractor didn't reply. Max felt very small. The farmer drove Max forward a little. Then he got out and joined up the two tractors. Suddenly, Max understood. The big yellow tractor had broken down. That had happened to him too, and another tractor towed him back to the farm. Was Max strong enough to tow the big yellow tractor? Max pulled and pulled. His wheels spun and his engine started to get hot, giving off really thick smoke. But he didn't have time to notice. He gave an extra big heave, and at last the big yellow tractor started to move. Max was very proud to be towing him. He drove carefully and slowly. He didn't want anything to happen to the big yellow tractor. From time to time he beeped politely. He was very happy. Max was exhausted when he got home that evening, but before he went to sleep, there was something he had to do. The old Jeep had not said anything to Max for days. You were right, he said to her. I'm just a silly little tractor. But today I was a bit less silly, and I felt a little bit bigger. Please, can we be friends again? And tomorrow I'll take you to meet my new friend. There they all are together. What a lovely story, all about being friends. I hope you guys are nice and snuggly ready now. Snuggle down, sleep tight. I'll see you all again soon.